All right, looks like we're live here. Hey everybody, I'm Josh McFall, the CEO here at the Huntsville Area Association of Realtors. Joined today by my good friend Robert Strickland. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming over to be a guest on HAARtalks. So it's good to see everybody. We've taken a little bit of a break from HAARtalks the past few weeks, as you know. Been dealing with a bit of a COVID shutdown here. We're back open now fully. We're glad that everybody's healthy and safe. Hope everybody in your family is as well, and that everybody's staying safe during these times. So we never stopped working for you. We've always been available. It's just that our office had to shut down for a bit. So now we're back open as of Monday, and we're glad to be back and glad to be on HAARtalks, and glad to have you here. So Robert serves as the Northern Regional Vice President for the Alabama Association of Realtors, Alabama Realtors, what we call it. And so Robert's here today to kind of talk a little about his role himself and what's going on with the state association. So Robert, tell us who's Robert.
I'd love to. Before we begin, I'm a little disappointed.
Okay.
I was expecting the Garth wig to kind of help with some of the shine. I was really wanting
the Wayne's World episode is infamous now. So if you haven't seen the HAARtalks episode that involves Wayne's World and Charlie Thorne, yeah, he's a character. Yeah, it's a must watch. Yeah,
all right,
for
so
sure.
I'll have to do this without the wig.
Yeah, no Garth wig, no Wayne and Garth today.
Again, Robert Strickland. I'm here at Northern RVP. Just a little bit about myself. I've been in real estate since '98.
Okay.
So I've been in a few years, been a broker since 2000. I've been in leadership off and on for many years now. I'm starting to lose count.
Yeah.
I was on the board of directors, and then last year was elected for RVP. It's been an experience. It's been unlike anything that has happened so far.
Yeah, and you've prepared for this. I mean, like you said, you've served for so long. I know you were a part of NAR's Leadership Academy, right?
Yes.
In 2018, is it?
2019.
2019,
yes.
Yeah. So you're a graduate of Leadership Academy, one of the few Alabama realtors to graduate.
The second, yes.
Second one, that's what I
And
thought.
Our current, I got to get a shout out here. Our current secretary, Cindy Johnson, is in the 2022 class coming
Oh,
up.
awesome. Shout out to Cindy. That's fantastic. Cindy's a Birmingham
Yeah, she's
agent,
Birmingham,
so that's
absolutely.
fantastic. And she'll be,
Our
you said she's our
secretary
this year, so she'll move up to the presidency in a few years past that.
Absolutely.
So, Robert, so tell me, I know that the role of the regional vice president, that we call it, has changed a little bit this year with what you guys are trying to do. So tell me a little about what your role is and what are the RVPs doing for the state?
It has kind of morphed. It started out as complete broker outreach and basically try to reach out to every broker.
Such an important topic, period.
It absolutely is. It sounds great in theory.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more difficult because our regions are so large.
Right.
And then just trying to reach a broker on the phone.
Because the North region covers the Shoals area, covers Athens, Decatur, Huntsville,
to the state line.
Jackson County, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So you got that's a lot of driving if you're
It
doing
absolutely is. And
Yeah.
As y'all are well aware, trying to get a broker on the phone.
Yeah.
So it is.
Well, the market's a little busy.
It is
Just a little busy
yes,
right
yes.
now. Yeah.
And I can't blame them because
Yeah.
I would much rather work in contract than talk to me too. So.
I know if you combine all the Valley MLS brokers, there's about 600 of them, and then when you add in the other Shoals folks,
yes,
that number gets up there. So.
It is a daunting task. So it actually kind of transformed into broker meetings, which I think I've actually joined a couple of years.
Yeah, you've been on ours,
Yes.
and giving great updates. I'm sure some of the brokers that are watching probably recognize you from those and
Well, I
appreciate
think I
it.
would have to have a little box.
That's right. We should have given you. That's what we're going to get for HAARtalks. Is like some squares around.
This is what
it,
you
so.
look like.
So tell me, kind of just in a nutshell, for members that maybe aren't as engaged with the state association, what would be kind of some things that they should know? What is the state association doing for them, and what should we know about?
One of the first things, since we are coming out of COVID, is health insurance.
Yeah.
If you do not have health insurance, the state has a plan now, and it's dental. It is the full work. So I mean, if you are,
And it's a group plan, right?
Group plan,
And you can
absolutely.
enroll anytime.
There is a certain time frame.
Okay.
But wink, wink. Yes, let us know if you want to try to get in.
All right, so you can call Robert for that,
Well,
right?
yes, absolutely. I
Yeah,
can
we
straight
can,
around
we can
people.
put Robert's contact info in the chat, I
Yes.
guess, after this is over. All right, so health insurance, that's awesome that the state has done that.
Absolutely. There's a lot of other programs that's coming out. The state is trying to step up their game on communication, which is kind of getting into my platform a little bit. But there's the weekly newsletters that come out. You should receive them in your email on Tuesdays.
Tuesdays at 5 o'clock.
That's correct.
Real Estate Alabama. So if you check your spam folder, I know some
That's
folks
what
said
it's gonna be,
that it
yes.
might be in the spam folder, but it's packed full of news from the state association, right?
Absolutely. So the biggest thing at the state is the eviction moratorium.
Yeah.
Can't pronounce the word today.
Yeah, that was a huge victory. Out them
Absolutely
realtors
huge.
in
Yes,
Georgia.
in Georgia, yes.
Yeah.
And actually, we're staying on that. So, I mean, your RPAC dollars actually went to work for that.
That's
So
great.
it
We
is-
love hearing that because we, have a large goal to meet in RPAC every
Yes,
year,
you do.
but this is the reason that we raise the money,
Absolutely.
is to do that. Tell us what happened with the eviction moratorium.
It was a court case, don't have all the details, but the CDC, and then basically they sued and said that they didn't have authority, and the courts actually ruled inside. There was a
Decided with
stay-
realtors on
Yes,
that,
sided with
yeah.
realtors, yes.
Yeah.
And there was a stay on it, and this last victory was to release.
It's about 3 weeks ago
That's
now, I
about right,
guess.
yes.
Yeah, so that's a great victory for RPAC.
Oh, absolutely.
So a segue into, so you're the VP this year, but you're a HAAR member that's running for AAR secretary, which is in line for the presidency,
That is
right?
correct,
At the
yes.
state association.
Yes.
So what made you sign up for that? Why are you running for secretary?
Momentary lapse of judgment.
That's what a lot of board members say, but it's a great thing that you're doing that because we need folks in leadership. So why are you running for secretary?
Why am I running for secretary? As everybody said, if you're not at the table, I mean, you've got to make a difference. I want to make a difference.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I'm stumbling now. aren't I?
It's tough to talk about yourself,
It
right?
is really tough.
I was on
I
a
am not that
podcast
person.
lately and they asked me to talk about myself and I'm like, that's the worst thing I have to do, right? I want to talk about what we're doing as an organization, yeah.
It is a calling. I want to make a difference. Our state is great. We have a lot of great things about it. We're 18,000 members now.
That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. And what's really sad about that is only about 1,300 or so actually voted in the last election.
Uh-huh.
So communication is something that needs to happen. I would love to see the state and the locals work as one and work together because in Huntsville, y'all do a wonderful thing. One of the things, I'm RPAC chair too for the Northern Region, trustee, sorry, is y'all have spent your share dollars. You're one of the only ones in the Northern Regions that actually has done that. So I commend you for doing
Thank you.
that. But-
We believe in it. It's not just about the candidate endorsements though, it's about the issues
Absolutely.
that are important to private property rights and home ownership. And it's so important that the state has that for us and
Yes.
and manages that so that we can elect realtor champions. That's what we talk about. We talk about
Champions.
realtor champions,
Absolutely.
which is what we need in there. You're one of those as well for us, so we appreciate it just on this side. So the election happens. Somebody was joking with me because I was trying to explain it because it said midnight or 11:59 a.m. to something or 12:01. Tell me when is the election actually
It
happening?
is basically 24 hours on the 5th. So it starts at midnight, Monday night on the 4th.
October the 4th at midnight.
And ends 11:59 p.m. the 5th on Tuesday.
So if you don't sleep, like I know a lot of realtors don't overnight, I know you're working deals, so you could vote at 12:01 a.m. on October 5th.
That's correct.
All the way until 11:59 p.m. on the 5th.
That is correct.
Anytime on October 5th. And we're going to push out some info as well, and I know the state's going to send it out, and we'll put it on our social channels. So just look for it on October the 5th to do that, to vote for Secretary for Robert is running on that. And then we've got some other HAAR candidates. We've got our very own MLS Chair Shay Jarbo, 2020's HAAR President, is running for Northern Region Vice President, which is your current position.
Yes. She's going to be wonderful in that.
So Shay is running for that, so make sure to cast your vote. And then we've got our current president, Zelda Friedman, and Cindy Peters Tanner, 2019's president, are both on the ballot. And then our 2020 vice president, Tim Brown, is on the ballot as well for a state director. So we'll push all that info out on how you can vote and when you can vote so that I don't mess it up again trying to explain that I thought it was midnight or something. So hopefully I got that right. Robert, what should we know kind of about Robert and who Robert is before I'll get to some announcements here.
I am an introvert in the extrovert world. So
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah,
You
yes.
you play an extrovert on TV, right? That's what
Yeah,
it,
that's
what
exactly what it is. I'd like everybody's support because I just love to take the state and build upon its successes we've had from previous leadership. But again,
We're so glad to have hard members like Robert that are engaged at our state and national level. I know we've got several members that are on national committees like you are, so we're very thankful for your time and efforts in that, as well as the service to local and state associations. So
Well,
appreciate
it's,
that.
It's not only us. I mean, you also was on the PAG for the data sharing.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Well,
I
you're
mean,
welcome.
That's a lot of work also.
I love how we can, as a local association, bring a local perspective to the national
Yes.
level and actually have, just like you said, if you're not at the table, we say that for HAARtalk all the time, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
That's correct.
I think that's the same way with the National Association as well, and even in state leadership, so we're glad to have you there. So thank you for your time today with that.
Thank you so much.
So this is a whole new season of HAARtalks, and we're back now, and next week, we're gonna have a whole week of HAARtalks with our candidates that are coming up for our local election. So on Tuesday, I'll interview Lori Hislop, who's running for vice president. On Wednesday, I'll interview Tim Brown, who's running for president-elect. And Thursday, Chris Holster, our current vice president, who's running for president-elect as well. For any of you who are interested in being involved, like Robert is, and like these folks that I just named, our director application's actually open tomorrow and will be open for 2 weeks. So why should they apply, Robert? Why should you apply to be on a board of director?
You said it. If you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Exactly.
Simple.
So talk to Robert, talk to other leaders, submit your application. It's super easy. It's all online. You'll get an email about it. You'll see it on our website. You got 2 weeks to apply, and it's a super easy application. We're happy to help you with that. Another quick reminder that they asked me to tell you is that the Housing Summit closes tomorrow for registration. We're almost at capacity on that. That's our Housing Solutions Summit on Tuesday, the 28th at the Jackson Center from 8 to 12. It includes breakfast, insightful conversations, and a keynote by Edsel Charles from Market Graphics, so you don't want to miss that, especially in our tight inventory
Absolutely.
market. That's what we're going to be talking about, solutions around that. And our expo and our annual meeting is 2 weeks from today at Trash Panda Stadium, so we rented the whole stadium out from 10 to 2. We've got a great keynote speaker who Robert actually knows, Jeff Kahn from Texas, who you'll see a video from a little bit later, but he's a great guy, and we can't wait to have him
Yes.
with it. He was in your leadership class, right?
Leadership
Yes,
class
leadership, NAR leadership class with Robert, so we're happy to have him. And finally, if you don't already have plans tonight, join Robert and I over at Stovehouse along with our RPAC committee and our leadership team and board and staff for the kickoff of the 99 RPAC Club. You get a cool hat and some drinks. It's from 5 to 8 at Stovehouse. Learn more about investing in RPAC, and we've got Alan Little playing music, and he's always a great time with that. Robert, thanks for being with us today. I appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all taking time to watch HAARtalks, and we'll see you for a whole week of episodes starting Tuesday next week. Thanks.